Good evening and welcome back to the Hair Curler Chronicles. You've got Tim and Nancy Danter here again. Another session with our great friend Tim Perry, our crypto guru. Hi Tim, welcome back again tonight. I'm so excited. We had such a great session, the last two sessions, on how to actually buy some altcoins on a decentralized platform. And I think we wanted to circle back in and we wanted to talk about, if you don't want to use a decentralized platform, but you'd rather use a centralized platform, how the heck do you do that?
So let me ask you a question just before you say, Tim, why would someone prefer one over the other?
Yeah.
Well, obviously the only reason I use a centralized exchange now is because I can't find my coin on a decentralized exchange. You know, there's some like Ravencoin, we'll use that as our example today. That's its own, like it's built, it's a fork of a Bitcoin. So you're not going to find it on any decentralized exchange. So you have to buy Ravencoin on a centralized exchange. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Okay, so let's talk about that for a second. So before we were talking about the Metamask wallet. So I have my Metamask wallet, and it's we should learn how to spell that because I'm not even sure if I'm spelling.
Metamask.
I know, well, not now, but we will make sure I write it down and I know how to do it. So anyways, now you've got me, I forgot my question. So you've got the Metamask wallet.
Yeah.
If I buy it on a centralized exchange, can I still hold it in that same Metamask wallet?
This is where the technology is still evolving. Something like Ravencoin, it runs on its own little blockchain, so it's not integrated with MetaMask. Like I said, that technology is moving fast, but this is where you're still stuck with, you know, various wallets. There are wallets though that I'd have to get back to you on it. Like I know Trust Wallet is a good one that can hold various Ethereum and, you know, Bitcoin coins like that. But the problem is that some of those wallets, don't quote me, some of those wallets don't interact with decentralized exchanges. So it's just, you can find, though, I'm probably certain of it, a wallet that can hold, say, Ravencoin, Bitcoin, and any Ethereum backed blockchain, or any coin that's on the Ethereum platform.
Well, this makes sense on some levels. Why, when I watch like the digital asset news and Rob that does the digital asset news, he was always talking about everybody should have a book where they're keeping all this. And I'm thinking, why do you need a whole book if it's just one key? But now I'm sort of getting it. You have to have, because you might have multiple platforms or multiple wallets that you're holding these things in, and they're used for very specific reason. We get some of the comments we've gotten in the comment section talk about, there's so many exchanges, there's so many wallets, I don't know which wallet, why do I have to have so many? But this is making a little bit more sense. So to back up, everybody should have a purple book of some sort.
Right. I can tell you this much, that you should be able to get away with just two wallets.
Okay.
Because right now MetaMask holds your Binance Smart Chain, and it holds Ethereum, which is a broad base of coins. And then I don't know what, like I said, I'd have to do a little more reading. I know Trust Wallet I've had, and there's various other wallets that I've had. Aido, I don't know how to pronounce it, EIDOO, I believe. I used to have my Bitcoin and Ethereum coins all on that one thing.
So where do you hold your Ravencoin?
I still have my Ravencoin on my Binance, so that's. But there's plenty of wallets that, like ledgers, hardware ledgers. Ravencoin is very popular. That it's accepted on various wallets that you can hold your own keys. I don't have a ton of Ravencoin anymore, so, and I do trade in and out of it a lot. I keep it on Binance.
Okay, so the other 4 coins that we talked about that are your top 5, the other 4 coins we can buy on Uniswap.
So Yield, Aave, and Union are all Ethereum platform based. Kasha has just integrated to the Binance Smart Chain, so you can actually hold that in your MetaMask, in your Binance side of the MetaMask. And then Ravencoin is its own. You would have to find a different wallet for that. But it would stay for most of your viewers. I'm sure they'd be in Bitcoin, so you can have 2 wallets. Like I said, should be all you should need now to hold most of your coins.
But you just said I have to find another wallet for Ravencoin. Where would I find that?
Doesn't CoinGecko show that or no?
No, but you could easily, that's something you can Google quickly, like what wallets accept it. I don't know for sure, but I'm sure would probably integrate with it now. But like I said, I used iDo forever. The only reason I got MetaMask originally was because I wanted to interact with decentralized exchanges, and iDo didn't. But iDo had all my Ethereum coins. It had Bitcoin. It had all different types of coins. So there are wallets out there that do it. You have to do. I put it this way. I'll have an answer for you on another. It won't be hard for me to find out.
Okay, and maybe if we could get a referral link in there too. So because as we talked about in the previous videos, safety first, safety first, safety first, safety first. You should always have a link or a referral link in order to go on and use these things, because they always typically give you a little bit of free cash anyways to use the referral.
The wallets wouldn't, but yeah, no, Binance would.
Okay. Okay, so so we've gone from do they need to go to the step, if you're using a centralized exchange, do you need to go to the step of buying Ethereum through a fiat on-ramp like BitBuy?
So if you're going to a centralized exchange, you have to remember that most coins are paired, like, if you're buying a stock, for instance, on the US stock exchange, obviously it's paired against the US dollar. In crypto, though, it could be paired against multiple different cryptocurrencies, but the two top things are Ethereum and Bitcoin. But most centralized exchanges will have most of their pairings in Bitcoin or the US pegged dollar called Tether and various other stable coins. So if you're going to Binance to buy, say, Ravencoin, I would buy Bitcoin instead. If I was going to a centralized exchange.
Okay, so I'm slightly confused. So if I'm going to go to a centralized exchange.
Should we bring it up?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
so bring up the Binance. So, okay, so we bought, let's say, Bitcoin, because you cannot buy US dollars in BitBuy. So you bought Bitcoin in your BitBuy. You've gone to your Binance. So
still need to do that step. You still need to do a fiat on-ramp, whether you're using a centralized or decentralized exchange. You can't go straight to the centralized exchange with Canadian dollars or US dollars and buy direct in there. You still need to go through the step of going to an on-ramp.
Right. In Canada, at least. Binance around the world, many countries, you can just buy from your currency into Binance.
But not in Canada.
No, not in Canada, the US.
So
okay, so you're in Binance. So just to show you where all your wallet addresses are, you would go to wallet over on the right there, yeah. And this will show you all the buttons. You literally, Binance is there's a lot to it. Yeah. But you only, for the, even me, you only need to go to two places. So you go to your fiat and spot where it says deposit and withdrawal. And this brings up every coin address that you have. So you would scroll down. Okay, so here there's Theta, Dogecoin, Aave, and they all have their own deposit and withdraw functions, right? So let's say obviously you want Bitcoin, because we have Bitcoin hypothetically in our BitBuy. So you would go up to the top. Well, there's a quick way. You can just search the ticker. So you go to search coin, just above the Dogecoin there. Yeah, hit BTC. Up it comes. So you want to deposit Bitcoin. So make sure it's the Bitcoin. Yeah. And this will give you the address just below the QVC code there.
Oh yeah.
You will copy that. Then that's when you would go to BitBuy. You would be on the withdraw side of BitBuy. And that's when you would put the recipient address, you would do your thing, and then it would show up in your Binance account. So let's just pretend now. Either way, we've already gone over what you would do. It works for both Metamask. It's all the same, right? So they've at least seen how to do it. So let's just hypothetically say an hour's gone by and your Bitcoin is now in your Binance.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now you're going to see why it's simpler to go from a decentralized exchange. So you're going to go up to the top. This is now any centralized exchange, be it all the top ones, KuCoin, BitMax, FTX, will have multiple multiple trades. So you're going to go to trade. Usually they all have the same button, thankfully. Now we're just looking, it's always either the simple version or the classic version. So Binance has classic. And most of the exchanges are all the same. So they're all basically very similar. Oh yeah, Binance now gives you a lot of finance for dummy type little scenarios. But yeah, you can cross out that. Okay, so let's pretend we got our Bitcoin.
Cross out this.
Yeah. So we're looking for Raven coin. So obviously there's a search button up the top little right there. You would hit RVN and it's going to show you what I mean by these pairings. So you can basically trade, if you had Bitcoin, you could trade it for Raven coin. If you had Tether, you could, which is that US dollar, you could trade it for Raven coin. Or if you had Binance coin, just as I assumed, you could trade it for Raven coin. BUSD is just basically Binance's version of a stable coin. So we obviously have Bitcoin though. So we would go to the Raven coin and the Bitcoin pairing.
There?
Yep. And you would bring that up. And you'll know because it switches in the top left. So you can see it says RVN slash BTC. And then if you scroll down a bit, so you can see, and luckily, like with all these centralized exchanges, because to this day, I don't know what, you know, if you look over on the far left, you'll see the red and the green. And in the middle, it has like .000, you know, like 5 zeros and a 317. That's the price of Raven coin in Bitcoin, which to this day, I can't do the math on that one. But luckily right beside it, it tells you that it's 18.2 cents US dollars.
Oh, yeah.
So that just always remember you can follow it that way. But unfortunately, this is still where I'm to this day make mistakes if I am not vigilant. You would want to buy the Raven coin. So as you can see, it's at 0.00317. So now where you see buy RVN in the middle, you've got the two boxes, buy and sell, and a green and a red. You would then, so right now it's 1 Satoshi above the going price. So it's 5 zeros or 6 zeros and a 318. Let's say you want to buy it at the ask. So change the 8 to a 7.
Here?
Yep. And obviously it will tell you luckily in US dollars what it is as well. So, oh, and then it just drops to 3. Okay, so it's at, so that would be what we want. Then we would type in the amount of Raven coin that we want. But obviously we don't have any Binance. So we'll see though, let's just type in something just to see if it acknowledges anything. Okay. So obviously it knows you don't have any Bitcoin. So it's telling you right now that you don't, you can't do anything with it.
No.
But if you had Bitcoin in your account right now, it would be able to tell you how much you're buying, you know, how much of your Bitcoin you are buying a chunk of Raven coin with. And then you would just simply hit buy. And let's just say though, we did buy it at 317. As you can see now on the left, it's gone up to 318. So now you would, and it's up to 319. You're now having to wait. You've set a lower buy. So now you're waiting. You'd be waiting at that the 5 zeros or whatever, 317 for your buy to get filled. Like a normal stock market, right? You're going, I want to buy it at this price, and you either have to wait to buy it, or if you wanted to buy it at the price as it is right now, you would then hit 318. You would hit the first number above the ask.
Okay.
And then it would,
So like once you've bought this, again, I'm having trouble visualizing where does it get held?
So then it would acknowledge. So then you would go back up to your fiat and spot wallet. So just, it's literally just the two places you have to go in Binance to keep it simple as a person who's just starting by buying coins. So up at the top, yeah, so wallet, back to your fiat and spot, And as you can see, you guys have already bought Dogecoin.
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah, because everything, so let's just say hypothetically you just did fill that buy with Ravencoin, it would now come to the top of your coins here. So everything you have money in, so you'll notice if you go down, you see you guys have money in US dollars, Theta, and Dogecoin. And if you had bought Ravencoin right now, it would now acknowledge it would be at the top. So you would be able to see that you have that.
How much money have we got here?
It would tell you at the top. So if you go to the top, you have 23.22.
We have $23.22.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
thousands.
I mean, funny thing about my Binance, I've played over, like I noticed the other day, I've played over 300 coins, right, since the inception that I've had Binance. And they're all worth like pennies of a dollar, but they all equal about $60 US. But I can't sell any of them because they're all underneath the minimum sell points.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a tease, but yeah, so your Ravencoin would show up. And then this is where, if you don't want to hold it on an exchange, you would find a wallet that you can own the keys to, and that supports Ravencoin. And you would do the same thing reversed. So you would hit the withdraw here. You know, like let's say you wanted to send, you had bought Aave here, you would hit withdrawal, and then you want to send it to your Metamask, you would then copy your address from Metamask and put it in the withdrawal.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can buy it on a centralized exchange and you can transfer it over to your MetaMask.
Yeah, and like I said, if you always want to see where the cheapest, because a lot of people are looking for arbitrage, right? So there's a lot of exchanges that are like have 5% differences, not as much anymore, but you know, you could go, holy crow, that exchange over there is really cheap. I'm going to go fly over, buy it there. I'm going to quickly fly over here and sell it and rebuy it up there. You know, like there's little moves you can do like that. And that's why you always use CoinGecko.
Okay.
Because CoinGecko will tell you the number one place that has the most amount of volume to buy it, you know, and if you don't want to go to a centralized exchange and you notice that Uniswap has Aave with, you know, like for example, let's go back to CoinGecko.
Yep.
And we'll bring up Aave and I'll just show you how you can do it. So yeah, you type in the ticker AAVE. Okay, and then you scroll down again to where it shows you all the exchanges. But it shows you the total, like the total 24-hour trading volume is almost 1 billion today. So, because here's the thing, if you're trading, let's say, you know, you're torn between, you want Aave, and obviously it trades both on a centralized exchange and on a decentralized exchange. Remember that it may look more lucrative to go over to Binance and buy it on Binance because, oh, there's not as much gas, but it's going to cost you fees to trade to buy it. And then it's also going to cost you, if you want to send it to your MetaMask, it's going to cost you a lot because Binance is going to charge you a bit to send it as well.
So centralized is more expensive because of they've got more fees.
Well, you don't see it as easy, right? Like I bought Union, and I learned this. I figured, oh, I'll buy Union on a centralized exchange, BitMax, and I went to send it, and they were charging me like 1,000 Union to sell out of to send out of BitMax. And I was like, I might as well have just paid $50 gas on decentralized exchanges. So you have to remember that it's not always the grass is not always greener on the other side.
Okay. And I know way back when we first talked to you, the very first video, we talked about the difference between a centralized exchange and a decentralized exchange. You said centralized exchange was very similar to a normal corporate structure where you've got a CEO and then you've got people that report into the CEO and that operates like a normal business.
But it's also, as you can see, as we've just done both Uniswap and Binance, it also, a centralized exchange still works where you see all the numbers flying around, you see the chart going like this. So you're looking at all this stuff. Whereas with Uniswap, as you saw, it's a little box. You just say, I want to give you this and I want that. and swap, and it's in my wallet without having to move it all around. It's such a smoother process.
Okay, but you don't get all the bells and whistles like you do with a centralized exchange.
What do you mean by bells and whistles though?
Well, you just said, and maybe I'm confusing it, you just said, well, there was all those charts and graphs and all that sort of stuff.
For sure, but do you want that? I mean, that's where, like I just told you, my $10,000 mistake in the fall came because remember how you're looking at 0, 0, 0, 0? I like missed the 0, so I bought way higher up. You see that happen a lot. You'll see on a chart this huge spike up and you realize someone just bought at way over the ask because they probably typed in the wrong 0 or the wrong number. So because it's easy if you're trading in US dollars because you're looking for like 18 cents Raven coin. But with Bitcoin, you have to trade in 6 zeros, 317, right? So that's where it's like you have to be vigilant. And if you're someone like me who's trading 10 coins that day and you've just traded a coin in Ethereum and now you've switched to a coin in Bitcoin, my mind still might be on Ethereum.
Okay.
Right. So I type in the number thinking it's Ethereum prices, but it's not.
Okay.
So, I mean, I've noticed that, the normies have picked up on the decentralized exchange far easier than they ever have on a centralized exchange.
I love it. And I think that's a good place for people to start, is to start down the easy path of Uniswap and all that sort of stuff. Before we conclude tonight, you always leave me with something that makes me stay awake at night. And I thought maybe we would tickle everybody's fancy so that it gets them to come back when we have you on again. So tell us something exciting that you've learned this week that's kind of blowing your mind, because I think you alluded to it with me.
Well, in the editing room, I couldn't resist. I had to leave you guys kind of hanging there. What did you think of that? It's really, really important when you're trading and buying and purchasing that you are very aware of the numbers and the decimal points and the zeros, as Tim went over, because man, oh man, it can really get you into some pickles. Going back to the somewhat harsh ending and not letting you know what we're going to talk about. In the industry, that's what we call a hook. And we're all hooked on current cryptocurrencies here. So I figured that I could probably squeeze out another little segment, and which is coming up next in our next release about what the heck Tim and Nancy, the other Tim, is talking about with Nancy. And what the big hubbub and secret's all about, or the big excitement's all about, or whatever. Anyway, chicken crypto dinner. Hope you enjoyed. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and hit the little bell. And thanks for tuning in.